Hi, you are welcome to GMats class. And today we want to look at the question under sequence. Now, before we solve this problem, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thank you as you do that. Now, let's look at the question. How many terms of the sequence 1/2, 3 over 2 must be taken to make the sum of 39? If you understand that question, what that question is saying is how many of these terms must be added together to have this. Now, the first thing I need to do now is to understand the rules that guide this sequence. I want to know maybe it's an arithmetic progression or geometric progression or triangular progression or something else. Now, let's check if it is an arithmetic progression. Now, if it's an arithmetic progression, the common difference must be consistent across the sequence. Now, let's see. Second term minus the first term must be equal to third term minus the second term, fourth term minus the third term, and so on. So let's verify that. 1 minus half. When you remove half from 1, you have half. Now, this is 3 over 2. 3 over 2 is the same thing as 1.5. So 1.5 minus 1, we have half. Look at this, 2 minus 1.5, we're still going to have half. So that means that this sequence is an arithmetic progression. So now I'll start by saying the first term is 1 over 2. The common difference is 1 minus 1 over 2. And that gives me 1 over 2. Okay, so now we can now try and look for the formula for finding the sum of the first n term of an arithmetic progression. So because we have the sum, so that means Sn will be 39. We don't know the n, and that is what we want to get here. So we want to know the number of the terms that will be added together to have this. Okay, so now let us write the formula for finding the sum of the first n term of an arithmetic progression. That's Sn equals to n all over 2 open bracket 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Alright, so we can substitute now. Our Sn is 39 equals to n all over 2. Now, 2 times first term. First term is 1 over 2 plus n minus 1 times the common difference is 1 over 2. Okay, so from here, to clear this fraction, you multiply both sides of the equality by 2. So when you do that, you are going to have 78. 39 times 2 is 78. So equals to n open bracket. So 2 cancel 2, we have 1 here plus. You can open this bracket here. Half times n, that gives you n over 2. Half times minus 1, that's minus 1 over 2. Okay, so we have 78 equals to n open bracket. Now, 1 minus half. I have 1, I have minus half here. So I'll be left with half. Out of 1, when you remove half from it, you'll be left with half. So that's the half. So this has gone now. So we now have plus n over 2. Okay, so you can open the brackets here. So we have 78 equals to n open brackets. Or you open the bracket, you have n over 2. Right? So n times half is n over 2. N times n over 2. That gives you n squared over 2. Alright, we still have the fraction. So we can clear the fraction. So we multiply the equation by 2. So you multiply each of them by 2. So when you do that, 2 times 78, that gives you 156. 156. So when you multiply this by 2, 2 cancel 2. So we have n plus multiply this by 2, we have n squared. Alright? So we can see we now have a quadratic equation. So this quadratic equation can also be written in this form, plus n. So when you move this one to this side, the sign changes to minus 156 equals to 0. Okay, so now here you can use any method to solve this problem. Now let's use factorization method. So we need to get two numbers such that when you multiply them together, it's going to give you minus 156, and when you add together, it's going to give you the coefficient of n here, which is 1. So the two numbers are plus 13 and minus 12, plus 13 and minus 12. Okay, so that means this equation turns to n squared minus 12n plus 13n minus 156 equals to 0. So you factor out n here. So we have n open bracket n minus 12. So what is common here? That is 13. We factor out 13. So we have n minus 12 equals to 0. Okay, so look at these two terms. You can see that n minus 12 is also common. So we have n minus 12. So we are left with what? N plus 13 equals to 0. Okay, so from here you have n minus 12 equals to 0, or n plus 13 equals to 0. So n equals to 12. When minus 12 comes to this side, the sign changes to 12, or n equals to minus 13. Now, you can see the answer we have here. N equals to 12, n equals to minus 13. Now, n cannot be a negative number, because when you look at the question, you are looking for the number of terms, and that means we are talking about a natural number. So negative cannot be n. N cannot be negative number. So we now say n cannot be a negative number. So therefore, n is what? N equals to 12. So the number of terms that we are going to have here that will be added together to give 39 is 12. So this is the answer to the question. I want to believe you have gained one or two things in this lesson. Thank you.